Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to set up a basic approval workflow in Power Automate. This is going to be an introductory look at approvals, a feature of Power Automate that provides a lot of possibilities. But for this example, we are going very simple with only 3 actions just to start our exploration of approvals. So to keep this simple, we're going to choose Instant Cloud Flow. And we're going to manually trigger this flow and click create. Now for our first step, we can search here for approvals. And let's click on the connector here. And let's see, we've got 4 options for approvals. Create an approval, start and wait. Start and wait for an approval of text or wait for an approval. And what we're going to do is we're going to both start and wait for an approval. So we're going to choose this one. Now we have to choose our approval type. So the drop-down menu gives us a few different options. And in this case, I'm just going to do a basic approve and reject first to respond. Now, once I select the approval type, it gives me more options and 2 more required fields. We need to have a title for this approval. So this title is going to just be something simple like, let's do your approval is needed. And then for assign to, for this test, I'm just going to assign it to myself. So this approval will go to me. Now you see I do have a few more options, details, item link description, and there's advanced options down here, including attachments. But for this example, we're going to skip all of this. So we have this action already set up. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to create a condition. So the condition is going to be that if the approval is approved, it will send an approval email. Or if the approval request is rejected, it will send a rejection email. So for that, new step, and we're going to add a condition. And the condition, I want to do the outcome is equal to approved. So from the dynamic content, we have outcome, which is the outcome of the approval. And I happen to know that the outcome of approved is approved. So the word approved, no past tense, and I'm going to go equal to. So if the outcome is equal to approved, then we're going to send an email. So I'm going to add an action here. And I'm going to choose send an email v2. I'm going to send it to myself for this test. The subject is going to be your request is approved. Now in the body, we can include some more dynamic content. And so just for this example, I will show here outcome, and I'll select outcome. And then I also want to include any comments. So we can do approver comments or just call it comments. And then in the dynamic content, we have this responses comments, and you'll see what that is in a moment. And now because there could be multiple responses, it automatically added this apply to each. We're going to hop over here and we're going to do the same exact thing, except this would be if it's not equal to approve. So it's going to be like a rejection email. So in the subject, your request is rejected. And I'll put the outcome so we can see what is the value for rejected for outcome. And then once again, we'll do comments and grab comments. So now that is all set. So very simple. We have the approval action, we have our condition, and then for each type of response, we have a send email action. So let's go ahead and save. Now let's see how this works. Now we are ready to test. So let's go ahead and hit the test button here and click manually and test. Wait for the connections and click continue, and then run flow, and then done. Now we can see that our flow is running, and we just received our approval is needed message. And where did it go? Well, it went over here to Teams. So we can click on the Teams message that we received, and we can see what the approval message looks like. So it looks like this little pop-up here that says your approval is needed, pending response and requested by me. Now, what we're going to first test to see what happens when we approve this request. So I'm going to actually add a comment in here saying, I approve this, and click approve. Now, let's go back to Power Automate. And we can see that the flow is now continuing, hitting those conditions and sending the email. The flow ran successfully. So let's take a look at the email that we received. And here we go. Your request is approved, outcome approved, comments, I approve this. Great, our flow worked. Now, let's go ahead and trigger this flow one more time. And this time, we're going to reject and see what happens. So we'll go ahead and we'll click run flow, and done. And now we're going to wait to see what message we received over here again in Teams. Here's the request. And we're going to reject it this time. So comments rejected and reject. And you can see over on the side here, you also receive messages when it says the final status approved, and then in this case for the one we just rejected, we got another chat here that says final status rejected. And we'll go back to Power Automate and we'll refresh here to see that our flow succeeded. And it sent this rejection email, outcome reject. So now we know that the outcome value is reject, or anything that was rejected. And the comments as well, rejected. And in addition to getting the chats in Teams, Power Automate will also trigger this email here. So we also have that as well. So I hope you found this video useful. And as always, we will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.